Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're tackling something every researcher has to figure out: how to actually use a local historical society website effectively.
Yeah, they can be packed with info, but
Right.
finding what you need, that's the trick.
Exactly. We're looking at the Nemaha County Historical Society site. Think of it less like a brochure and more like, well, a digital archive you need a map for.
And that's what we're doing, creating that map.
Hmm.
We'll show you how to navigate their structure, find those hidden gems, whether it's genealogy stuff, military records, or something else entirely.
Right. The structure itself is key, isn't it? They've clearly laid out their main focus areas:
Yeah.
physical sites, genealogy, and the digital archives.
It tells you how they think about their collection.
So our mission today, to help you cut through the noise, need that 1940 draft list, trying to find info on an old church. We'll guide you through their sitemap so you know exactly where to click first. Let's make this roadmap practical. Okay, so first look at the NCHS site. The main menu seems pretty standard. You've got home, chronicles, genealogy.
Right, the usual suspects. But then, notice how quickly they point you to their physical assets: residence, jail, and annex.
And the military sections. Purple Heart Military Temple of Honor. That's prominent.
It is. But those main links, they're just the starting point. You really need to look for that secondary navigation.
Ah, okay. Where you see things like people, places, trails, churches.
Exactly. And the big one, digital archive. That structure isn't just random. It mirrors how they categorize everything behind the scenes. It's logical.
And interestingly, they mention using Google Analytics right there on the site. You don't always see that transparency.
No, you don't. And it's important, I think. It tells us they're paying attention to how you are using the site.
So they're using data to improve access.
Pretty much. Seeing what pages get visited most helps them make sure those key historical records are easy to find. It's kind of a neat blend of modern data and old documents.
That makes sense. Okay, let's talk search. The basic keyword search. It sounds simple, maybe too simple.
Well, yeah. You need to understand its logic. By default, it works with an OR. So if you type Hanley Ranch,
I get anything with Hanley or anything with ranch.
bingo,
Yeah.
which could be loads of results you don't want,
Mm.
fine for just browsing around, but not for targeted research.
Right, so if I need both terms, I need to be more specific. How do I do that?
You actually have to type the word "ND" between your keywords, Hanley and Ranch.
Okay.
Or, even better, if it's an exact phrase you're after, like, say, Rocky Pine Ranch, put the whole thing in quotation marks.
Ah, quotes. Crucial.
Absolutely non-negotiable for precise searches. And don't forget the wild card, the asterisk, typing hister. That'll catch historical histories. Super helpful.
Definitely a time saver. But what about trickier searches? Like, I'm looking for someone named White, but I know that's going to bring up every black and white photo they have.
Common problem.
Yeah.
That's exactly when you need to jump over to the advanced search.
Okay, what does that let me do?
It lets you narrow things down by category. So you can tell it, search for white, but only in the people field.
Oh, nice. So it filters out the photos and other stuff.
Instantly. Turns a potential headache into a quick lookup.
Good tip. And then there's that random images feature. What's the deal with that?
Yeah. That's kind of the opposite approach. It's
Yeah.
for when you're not sure what you're looking for. Maybe you've hit a research wall.
Just see what pops up.
Exactly. It's like wandering the museum stacks digitally. You might just stumble onto something amazing by chance. Serendipity.
All right, we've got the digital map sketched out. Let's talk about the actual places the website documents, starting with their headquarters, the sheriff's residence, jail, and annex. Sounds like the building itself is a piece of history.
Oh, absolutely. The site gives you the practical stuff. 113 North 6th Street in Seneca. Open Tuesdays, 10 to 4.
And you need to book ahead for other days.
Yeah, got to give them 2 weeks' notice if you can't make it Tuesday. They even tell you how to find the entrance through the red brick building near the horse statue, Diamond. Little details like that are gold for planning a visit.
And the jail itself, built in 1879.
That's right. And get this, it was the longest continuously operating county jail in the entire state of Kansas.
Wow.
Yeah, and they detail what's still inside for history. Buff's 3 original seal cells from P.J. Pauley, plus 2 more added in a 1907 remodel. You can literally see the evolution of the jail.
Now, here's something that jumped out at me. On the jail history page, it says the text was written by ChatGPT using newspaper articles in June 2024.
Saw that too.
What does that signal about their approach using AI?
I think it shows they're pragmatic. They're not replacing human research, but they are using AI to help synthesize potentially huge amounts of source material, those old newspaper articles, into something readable for the public.
So making complex history more accessible.
Exactly. And they're upfront about it. It's a fascinating glimpse into how smaller historical societies might be using new tools to keep up and get information out there. Very transparent.
Really interesting. Okay, moving from the jail, the Military Temple of Honor, that's nearby too, right?
Yep, 33 North 6th Street.
Yeah.
And what used to be the Masonic Temple. It covers military history from the Civil War right up to today.
And this is where the Purple Heart Project comes in?
It is. And this is where you see incredible dedication. There's no single easy list of Purple Heart recipients from Nemaha County. So they're building one
How?
by manually combing through decades of local newspapers.
Yeah.
The Seneca and Sabetha papers, specifically. They mentioned searching them up through 1999 and 2000. That is a ton of work.
Wow. Just painstaking research.
Totally. And they highlight specific examples like Charles R. Clinkenbeard, wounded, gassed, got the medal with 3 clusters. They even cite the 1932 newspaper article where they found that detail, connecting the person to the source.
And this feeds into their Purple Heart Walk for 2025, focusing on World War II soldiers.
Correct. Specifically those who died in service. And again, you see that blend of old and new. They're creating individual tribute pages.
With video narratives.
Yeah, for guys like Raymond Wohlkamp and George Weeks. And, importantly, they include the same disclaimer. AI helped generate the narratives from the source materials and create the audio for the videos.
So using tech to amplify the storytelling and honor these individuals.
Precisely. It lets them create more of these detailed tributes than they probably could otherwise.
Okay, let's switch gears to genealogy. This site seems like a goldmine, especially because it tells you how to access things, not just that they exist. What can researchers find actually at the museum?
Right, the physical stuff. They've got marriage license applications from 1904 way up to 1991. Decades of obituary clippings, roughly from the 80s to today.
Wow, that's extensive.
It is. And then there's this really unique item, a journal of baby deliveries from the Seneca area, covering 1932 to 1955. Imagine the family history insights in that.
That's incredible. But for people researching remotely, the genealogy links page is probably key.
Absolutely. It's like a curated portal. Saves you so much time hunting around. They point you directly to things like the Sabetha Herald Archives. That's 1888 to 2011 online.
Huge collection.
Massive, plus other Seneca newspapers. And crucially, they guide you toward courthouse records, often found via family search, specifying the date ranges for early birth, death, and marriage records.
So they've kind of pre-vetted the best online resources for Kansas genealogy.
Pretty much. And they include the cemetery links too, direct links for Nemaha County on Find a Grave and Billion Graves. Takes the guesswork out of that step.
Okay, so the links are great, but then there's the digital archive collection itself, hosted on archive.org.
Yep. And this is where you find a real variety of digitized materials. It gives you a sense of the scope.
Like what kind of documents are we talking about?
Foundational stuff, like the 1887 plat maps for the county, wartime records, like those 1940 military draft lists, super valuable, even personal items like the Ferguson Civil War letters. But maybe the most universally interesting thing, the yearbooks.
Ugh, yearbooks. Always fascinating for tracking people and just seeing the community change.
Totally. They list what they have digitized. Baileyville from 42-44, Kelly High from 48 right through to 69, Oneida for most of the 50s.
And Seneca High School goes way back.
Yes, surprisingly early. They have 1908, 1925, 1930, and then a good run from the mid-40s into the late 60s. Just think of all the photos and names in there. A real treasure trove for researchers.
Okay, we've established the website is this amazing resource, but let's get practical. If you, the listener, are planning an actual trip to Seneca to research in person, what's the absolute first thing you need to do?
Before anything else, search their Past Perfect online catalog. You'll see that term, Past Perfect. It's the standard software lots of museums and archives use for managing their collections.
So this catalog lists everything they have, even if it's not digitized online?
Exactly. It's their main inventory. Searching it tells you what physical items exist in their collection related to your topic.
Okay, so I search Past Perfect, I find something I want to see. I can't just walk in on a Tuesday and ask for it, right?
Definitely not. This is super important. They have a strict 2-week rule. You must email them a list of the specific items you want to see, at least 2 weeks before your visit.
Why so far in advance?
Well, they're a historical society. Their primary job is preservation. Staff can't just be pulling fragile or obscure items out of storage on demand. It takes time to locate things and prepare them safely for viewing.
Makes sense. And to help the staff out, what should I include in that email request?
If you found it in the Past Perfect catalog, try to include the catalog number. It usually looks something like XXXX.X.X.X.
Ah, that specific code.
Yeah. Giving them that number makes it much easier and faster for them to find the exact box or folder you need.
Yeah,
It respects their time and helps your research session run smoothly.
good advice. Structure helps preservation and research. Now, thinking about all this work, manually indexing newspapers, digitizing yearbooks, managing the physical site, how can people support the NCHS?
They have standard membership options, which is usually the easiest way. Starts pretty affordable, like an individual membership for $20 gets you the newsletter emailed.
And it goes up from there.
Yep, up to Platinum Sponsor for major donors. They also mention using the local STEP Foundation for donations, especially during the annual Match Day event. That's often a great way to make your contribution go further. Hashtag tag outro.
So when we pull back and look at everything we've covered, from digging into 19th century jail cells via the website to seeing how they use AI today, what's the big takeaway here about modern local history societies?
I think it really shows that the most effective ones today have truly mastered structure. It's not just having digital stuff, it's organizing it brilliantly.
Layering the navigation, the search tools.
Exactly. Using insights from analytics, even carefully applying AI, they've taken history that might have been stuck in a local archive and made it accessible worldwide. The NCHS site is really a model for how you can do that, even as a smaller organization. But
But the researcher needs to understand that structure to use it well.
that's the key. You
Yeah,
have to
well,
know how to navigate the map they've provided.
right. It puts the power in your hands if you know the system. So we've given you that system, that roadmap. Now, here's a final thought for you. Considering everything available on that site, the maps, the draft lists, all those yearbooks, the church histories, if you could pick just one specific person or place, or maybe even a single yearbook page to look up first in their digital archive, what would it be? And what surprising connection about Nemaha County's past do you think that one item might unlock for you?